Hi, my name is Kris, and I'm happy to welcome you to my bookshelf today. I'm a librarian with the St. Joseph County Public Library, and the books behind me are Newbery books. These are books that were sent to me by publishers when I was a member of the John Newbery Medal Committee in 2005. So the official name of our committee was the 2006 John Newbery Medal Committee, but we were judging books and evaluating books that were published in 2005 and were eligible to win the medal. And the medal is awarded to the best book written for children ages 0 through 14 in the previous calendar year. So the four that I have to show you today are first, Crisscross by Lynn Ray Perkins. It has the gold foil sticker on the front. You can see behind my right shoulder. And it is a wonderful book about becoming, just right on the cusp when you're 13 or 14. This is a time when you don't know who you are yet. You're figuring it out. And the world is full of possibilities. And the main character, Debbie, and her friends are in that state back in the 60s, early 70s, set in Michigan. And it's a beautiful book, very poetic, but also funny and great for readers 12 through adult. The second book I want to tell you about is Showway by Jacqueline Woodson. She's my favorite author for children or adults. And Showway was my choice to win the Newbery Medal that year. I didn't get my way, but I almost did because I love Crisscross also. Showway is a picture book, but it's actually written as a poem. And it is the story of Jacqueline Woodson's own female ancestors from slave times forward. And showways are quilts that show slaves who are trying to escape north to freedom the way, but that way is hidden in the quilt so that not just anyone can read the signs there, but only the slaves can. So this showway in the book is not just the quilt, but it's also the example of lives from way back all the way through to the present, the female ancestors showing the way to the ones that are coming next. And Jacqueline Woodson is also reflecting on how her mother, her grandmother, showed her the way, and then she is now showing the way to her descendants. The third book I want to mention is Princess Academy, and this is about a young woman named Mary. She's the same age as Debbie, 14, from Crisscross. Mary is very different. It's set in sort of a historical, fantastical realm, sort of an Eastern European setting, where Mary lives in a place, a village, where they mine rock and stone, but she is very small. So she knows that she can't make her living that way. But then comes the news that the young women of this village can participate at the Princess Academy, and the prince could choose one of these young women to be his wife. So Mary goes to the Princess Academy, all sorts of adventure ensues, and little Mary, who is not very strong physically, turns out to be quite strong mentally and psychologically. It's a great adventure story and wonderful for girls especially. The last book I want to mention to you is Whittington by Alan Armstrong. This is a book that is a connection between the present time and folk and fairy tales. So Whittington is named for the owner of his grandfather, Dick Whittington, who is the star or the main character of a folk tale called Dick Whittington and His Cat. So while Whittington goes and finds his way to a barn to get shelter in the winter, he is telling the animals in the barn the story of his grandfather and how his grandfather's relationship helped save Dick Whittington and make his fortune. While he's telling this story that's set sort of in the past, sort of in the folktale past, then there's also the story of a young boy who's trying to learn how to read, and he becomes inspired and encouraged by the animals in the barn. It's somewhat like Babe the Gallant Pig and other books in which the animals play a real central role, but it's also very meaningful and encouraging and wonderful for girls and boys both to read. I hope you'll try one of these books. They're all available as ebooks or e-audiobooks in our collection, and they are wonderful reads. You don't need to read the newest, hottest thing. You need to find great books, and that's what these are. Have a great day, and thanks for visiting my bookshelf.